Our favorite time of the year. Get out the milk, get out the delicious Girl Scout cookies, put them together, and you have, yes, see, we're going to one up each other, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
Dawn Fluler, Communications Director of Girl Scouts of Central Indiana. So good to see you. And thank you. Can I just say thank you for totally wrecking my New Year's resolutions to eat sensibly and in small proportions. This box, empty, empty.
You are very welcome, and thank you. I dropped off 5 more boxes this morning of the Raspberry Rally for each of you in the studio this morning. So enjoy wrecking that New Year's resolution. You're not alone.
It is a very I want to say worthy reason to enjoy either a cheat day or to wreck that resolution right here. I've not even tried it. I'm opening up the packages.
Okay.
Here is what Dawn just mentioned. These are the new Raspberry Rallies. Let's quick taste test.
Yep.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Awesome. So that is a cookie that looks like a Thin Mint. However, the chocolate on the outside is darker, and on the inside, instead of being minty, it has a light, crispy raspberry flavor. So if you think about eating one of those cream-filled chocolates that has raspberry cream filling, it's sort of that, but in cookie form. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Great flavor. I'm a sucker for Thin Mints. This is delicious. What's the thinking though, Dawn, when they come up with new flavors, when Girl Scouts say, okay, this year we're going to do ba 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 ba, how did this come about? How was this born?
Some of that is in market testing. Some of it is in recipe creation and taste testing among focus groups, and Girl Scouts get to taste cookies. Some of the leadership of Girl Scouts taste the different recipes, and ultimately they decide which one wins. And then that's the cookie that comes out this year.
Are they ever going to go crazy and do one like a pizza flavored? Are they going to do one corn dog? Is there going to ever be anything where we go, holy cow, what are they doing again?
That would be crazy, but I'll pitch that idea. We'll see what they say. We actually do an event with some chefs in mid-February called a cookie cook-off, and those chefs create savory dishes using Girl Scout cookies. So it's not completely unheard of.
So Girl Scout cookies could be used for a casserole. I'm thinking this is another opportunity for us to stock up on the cookies and then just get creative and nutty in the kitchen.
Yes, imagine an ice cream casserole with a layer of Thin Mints on the bottom, a layer of ice cream, crumbled Thin Mints on top, and then a little bit of whipped cream on top. Ooh, there's your casserole.
I'm all about that. Dawn Fluler, again, our guest, and we are in the midst of a season to where get them while you can, because Girl Scout cookies are only available how long, Dawn?
They're available. Cookie sales kicked off last Tuesday, January 10th, and they go through. Your very last chance to place an order is March 12th.
March 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk for a moment, Dawn. I think for a lot of people, they've got their favorites. I hope a lot will join me and try the Raspberry Rally. This might be a new favorite. But when you buy them, the money, you may not realize this, the money is helping to fund an awful lot of great programs for Girl Scouts right here in Central Indiana. Talk about that, please.
That is exactly right. The Girl Scouts in Central Indiana across 45 counties are earning proceeds from the sale of the Girl Scout cookies. So you think of a fundraiser, this is the world's largest fundraiser, the world's largest girl-led entrepreneurship program. So the girls are not only selling the cookies and earning $1 or more per box, but they are also learning incredible entrepreneurship skills. They're learning communication, they're learning financial management, they're learning planning, they're learning organizing. They are getting out in front of people and doing really great things. So then they use those proceeds from their sales. Last year, $1.75 million went back to the troops across the Girl Scout troops across 45 counties. Those girls will use those proceeds to do lots of different things. They may choose to go on an adventure such as hiking or biking. They might take a big trip like to Savannah, Georgia. They may instead or also use some of it to go to camp at one of our Girl Scout camps. But very importantly is most of the Girl Scout troops do a service project in their community with a portion of their proceeds. So for example, they might make blankets and buy animal food to take to a shelter, or they might donate some of their cookies that were donated to first responders. We do that as an organization as well, but there are lots and lots of projects that go back into the communities that comes out of this as well.
Dovetail into that perfectly, Dawn, because I know there are an awful lot of people. Let's say they go, okay, I'm trying to stick to my diet. I really can't buy any. I'll buy just one box. No, go ahead and buy one box for yourself, but go ahead and buy 5 or 10 more. And you're saying those will be donated or could be donated to, as you said, our service military, all first responders. That's a great way to spread the love of Girl Scout cookies.
That's exactly right. At Girl Scouts of Central Indiana, we call it Cookies for a Cause. So if you check that donate a box on the order form or on Digital Cookie when you're clicking through a girl's site, order more than one, like Greg said, but those cookies will go into a repository here in our cookie vault, which is a really interesting sight to see. And then as the sale comes toward an end, we host a First Responders Day right here at the Founders Lodge in Indianapolis, and we invite first responders. So those are EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, police officers, nurses, whoever can get here, teachers. Sometimes we take boxes out to the schools to donate to teachers. So all of those cookies that are donated end up going back out to those first responders. Then a little bit later, such as maybe late April or early May, we take a truckload of cookies over to the National Guard and donate those to military troops. And those go out to military troops across Indiana and including to those that are overseas who really miss Girl Scout cookies.
Most definitely. And what a nice piece of home. What a nice piece of that, that delicious, whatever their favorite Girl Scout cookie is, to lift their spirits, and they have more than earned it. So you're saying when I order those online, there's a box that I can click?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That's very easy then.
Yep.
Out of all of the cookies that are available, I know Do-si-dos, we've got Thin Mints, we've got raspberry rallies. What's the top seller? And that's probably a ridiculous question because I'm sure it kind of comes and goes. Thin Mints have been around, I feel like, since the beginning of time, and that has to be in the top 3, right?
Yes, Thin Mint is the top seller, without a doubt. The Thin Mint year after year is the top seller. I will tell you, though, that the traditional trefoil in the blue box is very, very popular. So when we do polls, like online polls, oftentimes that cookie will outperform the Samoa, the Tagalong, and the Thin Mint, which most people consider the staples.
Right. Is there a support group for people like me that can't control themselves and just see, a normal person, Dawn, they would open up the sleeve and they would have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm a hog in that I will eat all of this. So as you notice, the box, it only has 1 sleeve left because Friday evening when I got home, I told my wife and my son that we have Girl Scout cookies. I ate an entire sleeve in one sitting. So I think the Girl Scouts of Central Indiana, they need a support group for people like me that can't control themselves. I have a sweet tooth, and this is my favorite. So if there's not a support group, I want to start one.
That's a great idea. And I think that there are some social media platforms where you probably could get a huge bunch of people to join that support group.
This has been a lot of fun. Dawn Flueller, again, is our guest, Communications Director, Girl Scouts of Central Indiana. Thank you for spending time with us, and thank you for educating our listeners more about the great programs, because they're great cookies, they're delicious, but what you allow the Girl Scouts to learn and be a part of in our community, it's priceless.
Thank you. Do you have about 30 more seconds for me to tell your listeners how they can get their cookies?
Please do.
Okay, that's great, because there might be a little confusion about how to order right now. We have a big push for our girls to learn digital skills. So Of course, girls are selling on the digital cookie platform. However, Most importantly, please go find a girl in your community and order directly from her. Girl Scouts tell us time and again that their favorite way to sell Girl Scout cookies is face to face. So support a girl, find her in person in your community, order from her order form, or she can show you the QR code on her mobile phone and you can snap a picture of that, or click online and go to her digital platform. But making that personal contact is really important. So those cookies right now are available for personal girl delivery. They'll be on the ground about the first week of February, so you can expect the Girl Scouts to get them to you maybe around February 10th. Then we will have booths in malls beginning February 3rd, and then some additional booths across the community that you're used to at the stores. Those will be starting in just a couple of weeks after that. Beginning February 27th, you can place your orders online for home delivery, and that is exactly how you're going to get the Raspberry Rally. It's an online exclusive, so beginning February 27th, you can order that one, and it ships directly to your home.
You said the dates and then where the girls are going to be, because to me, Dawn, I'm a sucker for these. I got to buy a box. I got to buy a box to support them. Like you said, they're out there, they're putting themselves out, learning those skills. And I think, okay, I'm not going to be that grumpy old man that I normally am. I'm going to see that smiling little face, or sometimes it's a shy little face. And I think, yeah, I want her to have that opportunity to say, I made a sale.
Yes.
I was able to, like you said, that's part of this whole program.
Yes, and don't let your cashlessness keep you from picking up a box, because with that digital cookie app, you can again scan that QR code and pay online, even though you're actually receiving that box of cookies right there from that Girl Scout.
Looking forward to it. All right. Thank you so much. I will give you an update if I start my support group for others that can't control themselves with Girl Scout cookies. Dawn, it was a real pleasure. I had a great time.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg.